Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll. Do you like to shop online but hesitate because of the uncertainty about sizing and the quality of some items? Have you came across an outfit that you love to rock, but girl, you want to know more about the company and how their items run first? I get it. Check out TeNika Shenette, the plus-size doll on YouTube for the latest updates in plus-size fashion and styles. She does the reviews that you can use. Timing is of the essence, but she will reach out to any company if she's not already signed with them. And get that item or a similar item to try it on first and provide that honest review on sizing, quality, and shipping. She does it all, and often can get a discount code exclusively for her subscribers. So subscribe now and shop with confidence, knowing if you would size up, size down, or true to size. She also reviews wigs, bundles, hair products. Like I said, she does it all. Measurements are in the description as well as the contact information for business inquiries or collabs. So subscribe today to be a part of the dollhouse where everything is big, bold, and beautiful. The link is in the description box down below.
Hey family, let me share with you what Nora's closet has on her racks right now. You guys are gonna love this. Everything that a woman loves. We're coming into 2021. She has your Versace, she has your Gucci, and your authentic handbag. She also has your perfume. If you guys are looking for Chanel or CK or Gucci, this is the place to be. Make sure when you go over there, tell her SP News sent you. You're not going to regret it. Are you a Warriors for Children and she'll work with you? You can walk on the runway with this one, you guys. I guarantee it. Hey family, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for showing up today. I know we're a little early, you guys, but I wanted to come on. I've got something else going on later on this evening. I don't want to miss it. And so I want to make sure everybody has time to kind of go over some of the things that you guys been knowing for the last couple of days when the police came out. And we're going to talk about it. First of all, I want to thank everybody for showing up. Hey, thank you for coming to the conversation room, you guys. Yes, we are in the basement, but you know what? We're still going to do what we need to do. I just don't want to put up all of that other stuff right now because I got things I got to do. Anyway, welcome, family. And if you're new here, please let us know. We got the blue crew. If you see them in blue, they are for you, you guys. They are the mods, and they are here to delegate the chat, making sure that, you know, if you say something wrong or you're saying something that can get our channel a strike or whatever, they're just politely going to warn you and let you know. But they're welcoming you to come in and share in the conversation. Everybody's opinion and theory and suggestions, we're gathering them up. Okay? So if you didn't know, as you come in the building, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up and let the algorithm do what it needs to do, you guys. We need to boost up our channel, and we're finding ways to do it. So I have to tell you guys to do this because you guys wouldn't do it. You just you run in here, and guess what? Just boost it up. I mean, it's free. They're not giving me a penny extra, or you know, just do that, because if that's a way that you can help sponsor and support this channel, is do that. And second of all, I want to let everybody know we're going to be talking about the Garner case. You guys, we're going to talk about the 4-year-old that was found in the street, in the middle of the street or on the side of the street, whatever. You know, some reports say the middle of the street, some reports say, you know, he was dumped there, whatever. We've got the latest information on that case. We're going to go over it. And I want everybody to know that we're just not just sitting back, just wanting to talk about it. We're going to learn some things. And plus, we're going to follow this case as it takes its turns, you guys. I love me some SP. Anyway. Here we go. So make sure you share. Now, I know you guys. Hey, Curly Roberts, how you doing? Good afternoon to you. And good afternoon to everybody that's in the chat. If you don't know, I want you guys to know that we are following other cases also. We are still following Samuel Olsen case, and that's in Houston, Texas. So hopefully you guys, I'll make it up there. So how's everybody doing? And if you don't know, we're following the Classic and Sincere case also, but we're waiting for official information instead of just theories and thoughts and opinions and things, because I want you guys to understand, even though that everybody has an opinion and you have your theories of what done happened, and you can come together and get your thoughts in there, you weigh the facts in with your theories and opinions, and don't make excuses. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Okay? So, thank you, Janelle. She says you're looking beautiful. There's a glow. Well, there might be a glow because my car stopped on me at the hair supply store. I was at the hair supply store to get me some more makeup. And for some reason, my cable came loose on my car. I don't know how it happened. I called people. They wasn't answering their phones. They wasn't answering their texts. So I called AAA. They're like 3 hours. They're going to come. So I called my son. He said, I'm on my way. Some told me, just go jiggle your cables. They loose because your radio's not on. Your light's not on. Something's wrong with your cable. And I went and jiggled it after sitting there for maybe about an hour. So the glow you might see is maybe some sun. I was a little frustrated. So you know what? I'm still a little frustrated. But what makes me happy is that you guys are here. And I didn't have to cancel because I was sitting somewhere I didn't want to be. And but we all go through things, you guys. So I'll just share with you guys what I go through, because some people think I don't go through stuff, and I go through things too. And so, yeah, I am a little bit probably glowing, probably all that anger. It looks good on me. Okay, some sun. Trust me, I'm hot. I'm ready to go take me a shower, lay it down for a minute, but I got things I got to do today. Okay, you guys, let me read to you what they put out today. It's not really a lot different information, but there's just this one little piece of information that we all need to have as we go into these other channels and chat. Hey, Cass, hi, how you doing? Thank you, girl. I was going to call you, and I didn't even call you, but I'm sorry. But thank you for coming on in here. I love you. And Sugar Mama's in the building, and Peggy Toe. I'm just me. You just you be you. How you doing? Haven't seen you before. Welcome to the channel. And thank everybody for sharing. Tracy Albert is in the building. I'm going to read what's new that came out. Let me see, what time did they put this out? 6 hours ago. 6 hours ago. Okay? If you want to find it, because I know there's some people in here that's got channels. There's channel holders in here, and that's fine. As long as you don't shout out your own channel and shout out anybody else's channel, we're fine. That's one rule that we hold very close, because we don't want to get into arguments with people and sitting there. This channel is not for that. Whatever they got going on over there, that's what they got going over there, because hashtag over here, we don't care. Okay? We're going to keep them moving. Okay? So first of all, and I know that we're early, but we're going to get on into it. It is 4:40 over here. We're 20 minutes early right now. It says police revealed forensics evidence that led to capital murder charge against suspects in kidnapping and death of 4-year-old Cash Garner. They just put this out 4 hours ago. So I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to share with you guys the information that is really important, so that when you're trying to navigate through your understanding of what happened or why it happened or who's at fault or who you want to blame or whatever your theory is on this, it's going to help you to understand a couple of things. One thing is, it's kind of, we kind of gonna believe whatever we believe or whatever we see. Does not mean that it's true because we believe it. I know. I see you in the building. I know you're here. I seen you. She didn't switch you back. And that's fine. Just thank you, Sugar Mama. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. We're still working on some things, you guys. Thank you for this super chat. And I don't know what that was, but yeah. Thank ya.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Let me start reading and going into this, and we're going to get into it. And we're going to get into it a little deep, because I want you guys to be very active in this conversation. It is not going to be just me, but let me read to you. It's not a lot. Like I said, it's just a little piece, but just hang on in there. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and click that bell for notification, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get some information that you guys are going to want to hear it for yourself, not come back and replay, because you guys know how I do it. Sometimes I get a little beside myself and I be like, look, you wasn't here, so I lock it down. You wasn't here, I lock it down. You know why? Most of the time, a lot of people like to steal and snip and clip. And I don't give them the chance. It's not that I got anything against family in here, but family needs to support family. But the other people that come in here later on and start stealing stuff and snipping and clipping or something, I mean, there's people in here right now that has come to me and said, hey, SP, I took this. And I say, okay, cool. I ain't got a problem with it. But just to take something, the whole video or something that isn't exclusive, I don't like it. So you know what? I lock it down. You can call me later on, text me later on, tell me I ain't seen it. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't get to see it. I don't need clicks and views. So you don't get to see it. Can you just unlock it for me? No, I cannot. No, I will not. This is for family. And you guys know how we think about our babies. You feel me? We take out the time. Guess what? I know sometimes people are busy, but when you know it's an exclusive, I lock it down. You get to see it and everybody else get to talk about it, but they don't have the receipts. They don't know to come and go or whatever. They be trying to get it as we go. That's what you need to do. That's why I tell everybody, come on in. Come on in. All right. Barbara Powell says, yes, Lordy. That's how we going to do it. So this is what it says. And we're still early. We're 4:45. It says days after a new capital murder charge was handed down against 18-year-old Darriynn Brown in the kidnapping and death of 4-year-old Cash Garner, police shed more light on forensic evidence that they say proves Brown committed the crime. So, with that being said, they're saying it proves that Brown committed the crime. Hey, Zan, how you doing? Sonia Watts in the building, Peggy Toe. Thank you guys for helping out in the chat. Indicia Dreams, how you doing? That's something. That's something that being said. Okay, here we go. All right. So it says that the affidavit says reported that authorities have a combination of surveillance evidence videos evidence. Hear that sentence. Hey, Huda, how you doing? Huda in the building. Someone named Kathleen is in here. I haven't seen you before. Hey, Angie Lee, how you doing? No, we're not going to disrespect children over here. That's right. She said, if SP don't like you, that's saying something. I like everybody. I just don't get along with everybody, and that's fine. That's cool. She said, lock it down. Guess what? We're going to be on this one like white on rice. That sentence right there is very important. Reported that authorities have a combination. Hear the word. Put it in your little book. If you got notes, you know this is not a test, but it's very important. That word is very important. You guys, I'm gonna tell you guys something, and I'm not bragging. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the brightest apple star in the sky. You guys know that. I used to be very, very intelligent at one particular time. I mean, you know, my test scores would tell you that. But, you know, having an aneurysm and old age, getting older, things, you know, depreciate. And what happens? They dissolve. Things, you know, your body physically goes south and things of that nature. So, you know, I don't believe that I am smart. But one thing I can tell you, in high school, in middle school, and elementary, I was a B.C. average student. You say, well, that's not smart. Well, I didn't know how to study. Okay. till someone taught me how to study. And they said, SB, this is what you do. You record it, get you some glasses because evidently something's wrong with your eyes or something, and, and things of that nature. So when I went to college, I finally got me some glasses and I recorded things and I wrote things down, and they taught me how to study. They taught me how to look at something and circle it, put a line underneath it. That's very important. So in college, I graduated all A's through my whole nursing program. 1B, all A's. Everything I went into, I had an A. 1B. The B, I really needed an A. She wouldn't give me a B because, it is what it is. It's a long story and I won't get into it. But I did learn how to study and look at something and know it's very important that you have a test. That word right there is very important. It tells you a lot. So I will read it again, just that little point, because I want you guys to understand when they say a combination of surveillance video evidence. A combination. That means more than one. A combination. Combination is almost like a lock. You need more than one or two numbers for a combination. But a combination is like two. You guys remember they used to play this little theme on the TV when they said conjunctions, and this, and, or that. Conjunction, junction. A combination. It means way more than just one. Reported that authorities have a combination of surveillance video evidence, DNA evidence, and blood evidence against Brown. So they have a DNA that either his saliva or sweat or tears or his skin cells is your DNA evidence. So that tells you that, and your conjunction. So they have more than one surveillance. They have DNA evidence, and they have blood evidence against Brown. Now, Danielle says, I think they have the whole thing on camera. Okay. Anyone knows this court date? Not yet. They don't have a court date yet. Now, here's something else you guys need to take into considerations. So we got the three conjunctions, the combination of surveillance evidence, the DNA evidence, and blood evidence. So the DNA evidence that they're talking about is not included with the blood. So that's separate. So they have the combination of the videos, plural, DNA, and blood evidence. The blood evidence. Then it says authorities allege that Brown kidnapped Garner as the child slept on May the 15th. Then stabbed the victim in the chest. You guys hear what I just said? That's new. We knew he had stab wounds. We didn't know where. Was it in the head? Was it in the back? Was it in the feet? Was it the arm? They released that he stabbed the child in the chest. Did you guys hear what I just said? A 4-year-old. How would they know that? Let me read that again. Authorities allege that Brown kidnapped Garner as the child slept on May the 15th. Then he stabbed the victim in the chest before dumping the boy's body in the middle of a street. I'm reading it. I'm not making it up. This is not my theory. I'm reading their information that they put out 6 hours ago. This is like 10 o'clock this morning. If you guys didn't hear it, you're hearing it now. This is the receipt. I'm reading it. The surveillance video evidence has previously been reported in recently released surveillance footage. A suspect identified as Brown can be seen grabbing Garner as he slept in a crib. So they're saying that this surveillance video evidence has previously been reported. So they're seeing him doing this. Hey, Cheryl Ray. She says, I don't know if it's true, but in the beginning, it was said someone taped the whole thing and turned the cell phone in to the police with the video. Evidently, they got surveillance of it. They got surveillance of them seeing him doing this. They say the surveillance video evidence has previously been reported. In recently released surveillance footage, a suspect identified as Brown can be seen grabbing Garner as he slept in a crib. In additional video, so now there's 3 videos we done talked about. The surveillance video, that's evidence that has previously been reported, and then a recent release surveillance footage, which we all seen, has identified as Brown can be seen grabbing Garner as he slept in the crib, and then an additional video alleges shows the defendant returning. So we've seen the 2, but there's 2 we ain't seen. Okay, we've seen 2, but then there's 2 so far that they're talking about we have not seen, and that's him stabbing the child in the chest, and so I can almost say there's almost 4 so far. Let me read it again. The surveillance video evidence has previously been reported. Boom. In recent release surveillance footage, a suspect identified as Brown can be seen grabbing the child. 2. As he slept in an additional video alleges shows the defendant returning to the scene. 3. Hovering over the crib and presumably contemplating stealing the boy's twin after cash was already gone, but ultimately deciding against it. Monica Sherrod, who lived at the residence with the child, identifies Brown. Report says the children's father left the twins in the care of an ex-girlfriend as of March. Yes, hug your babies really tight. He couldn't have done this alone, Tasha says. Let me tell you something, Tasha. Tasha's in the building. Okay, I want to share this with you guys. It ain't even 5 o'clock yet, but I want to share this with you. I've got this young lady that lives like 2 houses down from me, okay? Now, she's looking for something. So she comes. We don't really know her. We don't know her. Like, I don't know her family. They've been living there for a while. We see her walking down the street all the time by herself, just walking. Everywhere you go, you see her walking. She's thin. She's very thin. She's a Caucasian, and she's got a brother that's a twin. But this girl, she's walking. I mean, it'd be in the middle of the night. You see her. I'll be coming home from work. I see her. I'll be seeing her way miles away. I see her walking all the time. So I said, something's bothering this girl. Something's wrong with this young lady. Okay. So I come home. My husband says, honey, the girl down the street, you know the girl that walks all the time, when we see her walking all the time, middle of the night, sitting on the corner and stuff. And I said, yeah. He said, she came to the house. And I said, what does she want? He said, she said she wants this, wants that. She wants a cigarette. And he said, I told her I don't smoke. She says, well, I see a butt out there. Somebody got smoke. My husband says, my wife's not at home. You need to come back when my wife gets home and talk to her. She says, okay. So he tells me about it. And I was like, you tell her to not come back over here. That young lady has problems. What happens is I'm at home chilling, just chilling. There's a knock on the door. Knock, 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 knock. I answer the door and I'm like, hello. And she says, hi, I'm your neighbor. I said, yes, how you doing? I see you, time to go, coming, going, whatever. She says, well, I just wanted to know if you got a cigarette. And I said, no, I don't. And I said, how old are you? She says, I'm 21. I said, you're 21? I said, where's your ID? She says, I don't have no ID. I said, why you don't have no ID? She says, I'm schizophrenic. Okay. She says, I'm schizophrenic. And I can't drive. I live with my mother. You see my mother over there all the time. I said, yeah, I do see your mother over there. I said, but you know what? You still have ID. You need ID. You can't even go in the stores in this town and buy cigarettes. So what are you talking about? You go on door to door. She says, I'm 21. I said, well, go give me some ID. She says, you're not going to give me one? I said, look, I'm a nurse. She says, you're a nurse? Congratulations. I said, I would not give a child a cigarette, period, point blank, no matter what. She says, if you're a nurse, why your doorbell broke? I promise you. She asks me, if I'm a nurse, why is my doorbell broke? I was ready to tell her to get out of here. Because, you're scoping my house. When she told me that she was schizophrenic, she can hold a full conversation with me, know what I have and what I don't have, but still not in her right mind. I'm just telling you guys, I've dealt with these people before. And when I say these people, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying people that you don't know what schizophrenic mean. You don't understand what schizophrenic mean just because they are high function and they can drive a car and they can pick up a kid and they're just not falling all over the place and all this other stuff. They got voices talking to them and telling them to do stuff. And what they see is real to them. And it just takes somebody to not taking their medication or mixing it with something, and you've got a problem. Or their medication needs to be increased or something. It's not working anymore. And you don't know until there's a problem. They can function very good, have full conversation with you, and still come and cut your head off and not know what they have done. Thank you. Meds adjusted. Exactly. This young lady knew that my doorbell was broke. That tells me something. You're looking too much at my house. Get out of here. I don't even want to be friends with you. People like, but you're a nurse. No, you've got problems. And I don't want you to come over here saying somebody touched you, somebody raped you, or you come in here thinking that this is your home and now we got a big problem. Just stay away. The best thing you can do is stay away, because here's the thing. You should not be going door to door. You don't know whose door you're at. Now, I'm going to share something with you. The home that Darriynn allegedly supposed to have went into is a neighbor of Monica's, a couple of houses down. They've got the same type of floor plan in the home. Same kind of floor plan. Hey, Naomi, how you doing? Hey, Danielle, Lashika in that building. The same kind of floor plan, you guys. He went in that house. He could have been thinking he was at Monica's home. Let me read you some of that because it's more to it. It says, but in addition to known surveillance video, authorities said that 3 items recovered from Brown's room all tested positive for the victim's blood. So they got all the 3 items that they have in his bedroom. Naomi says, yes, I remember that story. That scares SP. Yes, it did. So, but in addition to known surveillance video, authorities said that 3 items recovered from Brown's room all tested positive for the victim's blood. All the 3 items tested positive for the victim's blood, according to the news report. Those items were black sunglasses. So he's wearing black sunglasses in the nighttime. Maybe he thought, and I'm just saying, he couldn't be seen if he was wearing those sunglasses. But they wasn't night vision glasses. They were sunglasses at night. He was wearing, or I say the items that they got out of his bedroom, not Monica's house, not down the street, not in the forest, you guys. They were sunglasses. They wasn't night vision. They were just regular sunglasses. A black Adidas hoodie. So that hoodie that we seen that was looked at white, that is actually black. And that's weird. But that's very weird. In black tennis shoes. The rest of the report, you guys all know. A woman called 911 on May the 15th. She discovered the child's body. As she seen it, she thought it was a dog or something. She says, I remember looking at his poor body, and I remember seeing ants on the bottom of his feet, Square said. Her last name is Square. The neighbor previously said that she thought there was a dead dog in the street, and until she saw his hands and feet. The closer I get to it, I can tell it was a human because I see a hand and I see legs. Very traumatizing. I have 3 kids. To see a child covered in blood in the middle of the street is truly traumatizing. Police have said that the victim had multiple wounds from an edged weapon. Just over a week after Brown's arrest, it was reported that the suspect tried to take another child as recent as February. Now, as they go into this report, I noticed one thing. They're not sharing the full report. They're not stating on there that the reason why the grandfather did not report this is because Monica walked down there to his house. In other reports, in recent reports, he explained himself why he did not report this, because Monica walked down to his house and said to him that the child was having, the boy, I wouldn't say child, but the boy, the young lad, the 18-year-old was having a mental episode. In these now reports, they're not putting that in there. I noticed that. And there's a reason for that. So I will read what they're saying now because it gives a little bit more details of what happened. And you guys, it's going to be, you may not can get it or understand it, but I'll read it. The February would-be kidnapping incident originally went unreported because the homeowner alleged the victim declined to press charges against Brown, accordingly to the affidavit reported. Brown made his way into a man's home and began to rifle through various rooms and closets. So they're saying that he went into rooms and he went into closets, he went into the bathroom, he went in this room, and he just went in there. He probably was lost. I don't know. But he went through this man's home. We did not know. He just didn't go in there, and you know what I'm saying? It gives a little bit more detail. He went through, let me read it again. Brown made his way into a man's home and began to rifle through various rooms and closets. The man claimed that he picked up a kitchen knife. At first, I didn't know if he picked the kitchen knife up or Brown picked up the kitchen knife. Now we know that the man that owned the home picked up the kitchen knife and lashed out at Brown's direction while demanding that the suspect leave the premises. We didn't know that before. We knew, I know some of you guys didn't know that, but now you guys that didn't know it, now you know. He picked up a kitchen knife and he said, "Get out of here. Get out of here." The defendant allegedly left after that, but only briefly. According to the affidavit, Brown returned and began kicking at an interior door. The interior door is the door after the garage, just like Monica's home. You know, when you go into that door from the garage door, that's why they say interior door. That leads right first to the laundry room. That's where he was at. The defendant allegedly left after that, but only briefly. According to the affidavit, Brown returned and began kicking at an interior door between the house and the garage on the property, prompting the homeowner to open the door to see what was going on. So the homeowner opened the door. After what he just went through, he opened the door. After that, the man claimed Brown punched him in the forehead. I don't know what you guys are feeling right now. The homeowner, a grandfather, claimed that Brown then walked into the living room where his 2-year-old granddaughter was sleeping. The teenager allegedly grabbed the girl and tried to take her away towards the laundry room, back out through the door he came out of. The man said he at first pleaded with Brown to let the girl go, but was ignored. The girl was then ripped from Brown's grasp by the grandfather, the affidavit claimed. In a statement to the police, the man said his granddaughter was startled and began crying when she woke to Brown holding her. But the grandfather initially declined to press charges after Brown apologized, police said. But he initially declined to press charges because Monica, but here they're not putting Monica in that equation now. Little Maz says blackface or something, whatever. That child looked very much dead when he picked him up or whatever. Take over 30 minutes to get police out or longer. I don't know why. He said he was sorry for breaking into his house and trying to take the grandchild. A police report said, describing Brown allegedly Walmart apologizing, that reportedly occurred 2 weeks after the alleged attempt kidnapping. After Cash Garner was killed, the grandfather of the 2-year-old girl decided to press charges. Brown attorney. Now, this is when Brown Darryn's attorney is now speaking, and this is what's going on, and we're going to talk about it, you guys. We're only about 13 minutes into this, so I'm glad we started early. He was sorry for breaking into his house, he says. So Brown attorney Heath Harris said he has not been able to mount a defense because he doesn't have all the evidence. It's almost a month after this tragedy, and I'm still waiting to prepare this kid's defense. Harris said that the attorney previously said, based on what I believe, this is what the attorney believed, I am going to be able to support this kid Brown is schizophrenic. The 18-year-old faces charges of burglary, kidnapping, injury to a child, and capital murder. Dallas County Jail records reviewed by Law and Crime shows Brown remains held on $6,625,000 bond. Veronica says, I'm still on the fence. Now, I do want to share some things with you guys. Like I said, I'm on the fence for the children. So this is a terrible thing. Javelli says, Javelli, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Me too. I'm on the fence. See, y'all want to be on the fence now? Javelli says, I seen videos when getting booked, and he says himself, he hears voices. Okay. Now, let's move to another topic real quick. I want to share some things I shared with some of the family members over the weekend. We had a little discussion. If you don't know, you guys know that we do have another channel that we do speak a little just out there, and we can tap into things a little bit more gracefully. But I did say I wanted to share these two things with you guys also. Now, please listen, because I'm going to share this, and I know people are going to be mad at me, but I'm going to share it anyway. So we're going to talk about Monica a little bit. Monica, in the year ahead, a year from today's date, Monica has put out 2 GoFundMes. In her 2 GoFundMes, first she is asking for $2,000 in one GoFundMe, and she's asking for $3,000 in the second GoFundMe. In the first GoFundMe, she says, my mother has been, this one is for $2,000, and she's got a picture of her whole entire family and her 2 sisters. So she's got one sister and her daughter. One is her daughter, Cameron, Landon, and what's the other? Matthew, and her dad and her mother. I'll show you the picture so anybody can go get it if you need to go get it. Here's the picture right here. Here's the GoFundMe right there. It says Leslie's Healing Helping Hands. She wanted $2,000. Okay. She says, my mother has been very ill, having one surgery after the next, while helping my 4 children and myself alone. Okay, here's the whole thing. That was halfway. My mother has been very ill, having one surgery after the next, while helping my 4 children and myself, along with both of my sisters. My mother has had to have a pacemaker put in her stomach due to her intestines shutting down. My mother started experiencing a horrible pain, which she thought it might be her kidney. Come to find out, she has a massive tumor on her kidney. My mother needs to get it removed, but because of the pacemaker in her stomach, they can't do normal procedures. Please help me help my mother get through this. She is are everything. Thank you and God bless. Now, here's the second fundraiser. You guys seen the first fundraiser right here, right? Here's the first fundraiser right there. Bam. There they are right there. There's Monica's mom and all the kids and all that other stuff, okay? Now, here's the other fundraiser. And this fundraiser, at the end of it, is made by, if you don't know, I don't know if I can, on the bottom, it says by Leslie Pinkerton's beneficiary. It says Monica Sherrod is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of Leslie Pinkerton. Okay. So here's the other fundraiser. It says helping my mother in medical and health care. $3,000. Okay. There we go right there. There we go right there. Helping my mother with medical and health care. She won $3,000. It's made by Monica Sherrod, is organizing this fundraiser. Now, this one says, pay attention to this one. About the same time as she wrote the other one, in June 2020. I'm a fundraising for my mother and my dad. They are both ill, very ill, and need surgery. My mother just found out that she has a tumor on her lung. She now has a tumor on her lung. Same month, same time. Thank you, Axelot. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Let me see where you at. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay. She says, I'll read it again and I'll start over. I'm a fundraising for my mother and my dad. They are both very ill and need surgery. My mother just found out that she has a tumor on her lung, and they also just found out my dad has COVID-19, top of needing back surgery and diagnosed with MS. Please help in any way. They're good people and help everybody. Thank you for your concerns and consideration. Pray for us, please. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to share some other information with you guys. This is just sharing some stuff. Now, I don't want to show this picture because if you want to find it, it's on Twitter. But the name is Monica Sherrod. It's Monica's daughter. She says, I'm Monica, 16, pansexual, Dallas. I didn't know what pansexual means, so we had to go look it up. It doesn't say when she put this out there. She's using Monica's name. She's using her own picture. Monica's daughter. I will cover up her, well, I can't show it because her picture is on both of them, but you guys can find her on Twitter. It's Monica Sherrod. It's her daughter's picture. That's Monica's daughter's picture. But that's Monica's daughter at 16 on there. Now, not only that, I want to share one more other thing with you. Monica is on LinkedIn. Here she is right here. That's Monica. She's a portfolio manager at Crypto Business Pro, American's Portfolio Mortgage Corporation. She even got a Seal number 175656. The University of Texas at Austin. Red McCombs School of Business. Are you interested in binary options, trading stocks, currency, and gold? It is simple. Beginner's way of making good money on the side. No experience needed. Message me now. Not only that, here's the linkage information. I told you guys I was going to show receipts. Leslie Healing Helping Hands Business in That Home, shared by Monica Sherrod. Want you guys to know she's got another business coming from the LinkedIn. Monica Sherrod, again, information, technology, and services, professional, self-employed, independent, PeopleSoft, consultant, homeschool, Bailey Boswell, Dallas, Texas, United States. Join to connect. Here's the other one. Okay. Thank you, Huda. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, that's Keisha. Who is that? Thank you, Axelot. That's somebody up in the building. Can't see who it is. Let me go up. That is Huda. You showing your face. Thank you, Huda. Thank you for the super chat, pretty girl. She says SPDB was having a psychosis, schizophrenic episode in both the kidnapping. He would have been hallucinating and he was on drugs. They should have put DB under supervision. The neighbors should have reported. Yes, they should have reported it. They should. Thank you for the super chat and thank you for that. You guys, I need to hear what you guys got to say. We got one more super chat. I think it's Candy Richardson in the building. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you. And Warriors for Children, thank you for the super chat. You guys going to see some things coming. Thank you for the super chat. We may not like what we see, and I don't know why we don't like it, because somebody is schizophrenic. You're not going to get to be able to understand it. You're just not. Don't try to wrap your hands around it, you guys. You'll be wrong every time. All right, I think we got one more that done came in. Thank you, Candy Richardson. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Huda. And thank you. I'm going to see you in a minute. Pisces Princess. Thank you for the super chat. She says, holla, SP. Her hustle game goes far. It does. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you. Whoa. Okay. So I'm going to read some of what you guys say in the comment. I'm trying to think, is there something else that I need to share with you guys? I've got something else that we are trying to get confirmation on. So just bear with me. It's not going to be something nobody else has. So just bear with me in the next, just this week. Just bear with me, you guys, because trust me, it's coming. It's coming down. It's coming down, down, like Sugar Mama say, down. Natasha, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, sister. Thank you. We got to find our baby in there. Yes. Anyway, you guys, let me read some of your comments. If you want to call in, let me put the number up there. Call on in, share with us with the whatever information that you have, or your concern, or your theory, or your thought, or you're angry. I know you guys got to be angry. Here it is right here. Let me know what you're thinking. There's a reason why we share all information, regardless if we like it or not. We share all information so that way you can make a rational, educated decision of what you're saying. Just don't say something because it can hurt people. And if you feel some way about somebody, maybe, Monica even said that she was a home interior decorator. And I'm like, where at? Anyway, you guys, Gigi said interior decorator. That's what she said in it. You caught it. You seen it on there. Interior decorator. Yeah. She said she's an interior decorator. Oh, hey, Z Davis, how you doing? I see you in the building. All righty. Lady Bird, she says, LS, he does that. So BK, I don't know nothing about no BK. I don't know nothing about all that. I don't know. Imagine being 4 and looking into Monica's eyes. Whoa, that's crazy. Danielle says, bah, ha, ha, and runs a home for wayward teens. Hey, how you doing?
Hey. I don't have nothing to say. I'm just calling in to say hi and
Okay.
hi to all the family since I was, gone for a little minute.
Yeah, you was missing in action. What's going on with you?
I flew back last night, late red eye.
Okay.
But I still feel tired. You know how that feels. But
Yeah.
I was like, let me jump on here. Let me get in there.
Well,
So I'm back, but
okay, you back ready? You ready to
I'm
do
back
some
and I'm
things?
ready. Let's go.
Okay. Well, I was gonna call you last night, so I'll be out
late
tonight.
last night. So yeah, when you get off though,
Mm,
I'll be calling. We'll talk.
okay.
All right. Bye.
All
Bye,
right.
family. Love y'all.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. That's Naomi China D in the building. We do a lot of research together. If you guys don't know, she does have a channel. Check her out. We are going to make sure that she get monetized, and we need to start working on that. So she needs people to go over there and subscribe to her channel. That's China D. You can find her in the chat. Her name is Naomi China D. She is covering cases. She does a lot of the research. And so sometimes we can get in there and get it. And we're going to make sure she gets monetized. And we're going to have to do that pretty quick. Pretty quick. Okay. Anybody got anything to say? I will read what you guys are saying. So LS says, well, don't know what it is. All ever did was remind thumbs and say hi. Okay, let me see something else. Imagine being 4. Nurse Bev says, imagine being 4 and looking into Monica's eyes. You know what? And this is just, I was wondering why they had even had all those addicts over at their home. So I believe that, it was a business somewhere. So we were looking for the business, and then we found what the business was. So some of it may not be in full relationships, but business. But, you start looking at the people that's there at the home. The 16-year-old is on social media saying she's a pansexual. 16, already have a child already. And so if you don't know what pansexual means, they don't, they love who they love, whether it's, a man, a woman. They don't prefer, they love you for who you are. They love you for your personality or whatever. It could be an older person, a younger person. Some people say it could be your cousin, it could be your brother, but if they love you, that's it, and they don't have no control over it. So that's who they love. I didn't see. That's what I kind of figured. I didn't know what it was. I was like, what is it? I mean, because there's a whole kind of different names coming out. So I didn't know what it was. I was asking people, what is this? And when SP read off the GoFundMe, I swore I heard Leslie Pickerson, and I thought that was the grandpa's guy's last name. No, the grandpa's last name is not Pickerton. That's Leslie's dad's last name, Pickerton. Leslie Pickerton and Kurt Pickerton is Monica's dad. The guy, the grandpa's last name is totally different. I can't remember what his name is, but I got it wrote down. I can't remember right now what his name is, but his name is totally opposite from Pickerton. I think his first name is Michael. Matter of fact, I know his first name is Michael. I can't remember what his last name is right now, but his first name is Michael. If that helps you out. If you want me to go get his name, I will go get it for you. I just cannot comprehend. Let me put some of this stuff on here. I saw that too, Marie. She lost the lawsuit. What lawsuit she talking about? And runs a home for a wayward teens. Yep. Let me get down in here, see what you guys are talking about for a little bit, because these things are going up pretty fast. She most likely applied for a PPP loan. Hopefully the feds get her. Well, for her to have her home, a business, and that child came up missing, could be underneath the business. Why? I was wondering why Trevor left the kids there. Have I missed something big? Nah, you only missed just pretty much everything. But yeah. You can rewind while you're in here and see. It's right at the beginning of the chat, Nan. Huda says, I'm so satisfied that Trevor and DB got arrested. That means 2 more to get. Well, she did put out something, and I don't play other people's information. And here's the thing, you guys got to remember. We haven't got a lot of information, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Because the person that's down there that we thought that was going to get us all the information, they're not going to give us information. Why? Because they're Team Monica. Are you guys in agreement with that? So we're not going to get any information, whether it's good or bad. Only information we're going to get is if somebody drives by our house, or, if it supports Team Monica. So we're bringing all the information, whether it's something bad about Darriynn or good. We're only making sure everybody understands and know all the information. I'm Team Cash too. I'm Team Kids. You can't search China, Jocelyn. You have to search. Look, she in the building. She right here. She's right here. Hold on. This is what you gotta put in there. Dang, the page keep going up. It don't want me to put you in there, China. Where you at, China? Say something. I see you, and then it goes away. So people get mad and be like, "Oh, you didn't say nothing to me," because this thing moves so quick. Trying to say something. She said, here I am. This is what you have to put in. She ain't in here. If she ain't in here, then she that's what people do. They jet in, then they jet out. And then there she is right here. You have to put Naomi, Naomi, China, Chynad. You'll find her. It's only but one name, Naomi China D. You have to put that in there. If you put that in there, you'll find her. Okay. She even sold the footage to the Daily Mail. Yes, she did. Yes, she did, Rebecca. She did. Carter is also a victim. And you guys, this is why I only put in speaking facts, really. You'll make me make a side note and say, this is my opinion or this is my theory or something. But I just want to share with you what the news put out, what other people that lives around there is talking about and speaking on. But, I mean, it was a little bit disturbing to me that the news said that they have other videos. When I say it was disturbing to me, is because I wish that we could be able to see those. And I do know that it's evidence and we won't get to see them. We will see them when they go to court. But this is going to be a year thing. But I want to put all the information out there. And then we are starting to look at other cases. So I know that whoever's still going to be running this case or trying to figure it out, that you guys have receipts and know, and you can come back to this video and see them. I want you guys to know that. You can always come back to this video and see that. She said, you can slow it down. Baby, I tried to slow it down. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know where I could slow it down at. It says comments down. It seems like she's all about the money. Yes, it does. That's why it does make a difference that we do kind of watch what's going on, because even though that this child is schizophrenic, and I'm not trying to start something or put a narrative somewhere that it ain't supposed to be. I'm just saying, you look at people's histories and things of that nature, and then you go and try to, put more information to see where it does it lead you to, because it could be that, somebody was negligent, especially having a business. That's just like if you had a daycare and a kid come up taken from your daycare, you're responsible. Not that, oh, he just left my kid and I'm just watching this kid and nobody's asking where's my kid at or anything. You didn't try to reach out to the mom who these kids belong to. You didn't go find out, didn't make a police report that this person left the kids with you and you've had them for months at a time. You should say something. But you got a business, and are you making money off those kids staying with you? Why is it that you have these kids still there and you've got a business? Now, if you did it out the kindness of your heart, or something, you still should let the police know that this person left these kids with you. That to protect yourself. You guys in agreement with that? She had to be getting something out of the deal. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, Bruce, how you doing? Grandma Garner was paying her. Why would you say that, Mary? So Jocelyn says, I am assuming they were not in any kind of daycare. So you don't think that they were at this daycare right here? I'm not talking about a daycare. I'm talking about Leslie's Healing Helping Hands. Could they be in here? Leslie's Helping Hands? Because that's a business that's ran in her home. Could have been there? That's okay, T-Star. I see you. Thank you. SP Plus, she told the neighbors not to press charges. She set it up. Well, it could have been avoided. And see, when you have, it's not like it's daycare, but was the state paying you money for those kids and you eat the breakfast? You guys get up and eat the breakfast and then you work on your ABCs and your shapes and colors and stuff, and they call it school and things. Did you set out a program that the state was paying you for doing this? I don't know. Maybe she was doing it out the kindness of her heart. I mean, just because some people do drugs, they still are nice people, you know. I don't know. The Daily Mail, somebody's got something in here to caught my eye. The Daily Mail pays depending on how big the story is. I think it's sick Monica will sell the story if that's what she did. Well, I know if you go at the beginning of the Daily Mail video, here's a little thing, you guys, and watch the whole video from the beginning to the end. She says they did not ask her about no video. They didn't ask her for no surveillance or something. They were in there taking pictures and video of the room. And she says with a very calm voice, I got surveillance of it happening. You want to see it? And I'm pretty sure, you know, they ain't said nothing, but you hear it. You hear it. She initiated it. Sweeten that pot up, you know. You're here and I'm letting you in the home so you can see the home and everything. And I don't know. And they do pay you for, you know, getting that exclusive. And they probably paid her $1,000 or something. Yeah, did she claim the kids on her taxes? Did she have their information? We don't know. I mean, I think people, the breakfast. It wasn't, I'm fixing breakfast. She said, we eat the breakfast. And that could have, I don't think that's nervousness. Hey, this is SP.
Hi, SP. This is Sandy in Philly, PA.
How you doing?
I am doing well, thank you. I know this doesn't pertain to our babies, the two little guys, but I was wondering what you thought about the Lori Daybell case with the brother Alex, how he died. And I was thinking about it, and they said he had gone to Mexico to get his medicine. And a lot of people go to Mexico and they can get all kind of alternative medicines, and some of them can kill you. And I was just wondering if that's what he took and that's how he died, because they're not saying. And then with Tammy and Charlie or the other ex-husband that died, I'm just wondering if they got some kind of medication, heart or some kind of potency when they said Alex went to Mexico.
Right.
And that's what they were using to kill off these people. Because there are a lot of drugs that you can't really, especially if it's naturopathic, homeopathic, at a high dose, like arsenicum or different medications. And in Mexico, how like pure is this medicine? Is it mixed up with other stuff?
Right.
So I was just wondering if, you know.
Well, you know, I think that they're going to check into that. They're probably going to, you know, dig up, you know, the body if you know, and I don't think that they cremated his body. I think, you know, they did put it in the ground. So I think they're gonna probably dig it up if they ain't already dug it up, and see if there was some foul play there.
Yeah, it just seemed kind of strange. I mean, the way he died, a heart attack, and then, you know, diarrhea or whatever it was. To me, it sounded like they know of something to take. And with that other one, it's a black mineral. I forget what it's called. And that is another one that's hard to detect.
Right.
That they used because it was really kind of strange. But, you know, I certainly wouldn't want to live in Colorado now between the Watts and the Daybells and all this stuff happening in Colorado. I don't know what the air out there or what. And then with our babies missing, I can't stand it. I pray to God every day that these little ones are okay. And why aren't the parents? I mean, I know we can't interfere with the cops, but why can't we know? Why can't we know? I don't get it. Why can't we know?
It's an active investigation. If they put the information out there, and you know, it's like playing a game of chess. You can't tell your opponent what you have. No. You have the prosecution, and then you have your defense attorneys for the defendants. They're not going to just put it out there for the public because they're still investigating. They don't want nobody to go in there tampering, lying, and taking stuff and, you know, things of that nature, moving stuff around. They haven't got it all together. They might, you know, and someone was asking me the other day, they were like, Monica and them that moved out the house. That's allegedly. I don't know if that's true or not. But they're saying she moved out the house. Well, they're saying, isn't that a crime scene? I'm thinking, well, it should have been or it should be. But nowadays, they just take pictures and they just keep going because they got who they want. See, and had they not have that, or we didn't know that they had more surveillance. So that's the reason why they didn't just, the baby, did the baby die there or in the woods or in the car or whatever? They knew already, allegedly, what they see is what they believe. So that's why they didn't, you know, make that a crime scene. But it's still valuable for nobody to be, you know, moving things around in the house, and they done moved in, moved out, cleaned up, and everything. So if they got to go back, they can't.
And I can't understand how these people get these children and get their checks every month. I mean, in Philadelphia, it's really tight to do adoptions. I mean, they come visit, foster care, visit. And I just can't understand how they can get 3, 4, 5, 6 children and take the checks and treat them horribly. And I think our special, whoever these people are that come to your home. I mean, if you want to get a rescue dog now, friends of mine had to go through hell just to get a rescue dog, you know? And these are babies. These are human beings. And these people, leaving them with drug addicts, and it just, I don't understand the system. I mean, I know the world's full of corruption and evil, but it just, I mean, my oldest son, his brother-in-law is a Philly detective.
So someone's in the chat saying Alex was cremated.
Oh, now they can't.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what they did with the other two, right? With Tammy and was it Charles?
I don't know.
Yeah, but there's so many cases going on with these babies dying, and that little one kidnapped them.
Yeah, and that's really sad.
And these people, like I said, get these children or the husbands, leaving with these girlfriends that are drug addicts, and the place looked like it was falling apart. And these beautiful little children, and I'm like, systems got to change, you know? I'm like, please. And then I go with our little boys that I know they probably know more, but don't see, the mother or the father of the boys, the natural fathers. I can't see why you don't hear anything from them. I'd be standing on top of the Liberty Bell screaming out, "Where's my babies? Help me find my kids!"
Right.
And nobody's coming for the reward either.
Right.
But I just wanted to share a little bit with you, and thanks for picking up. But no, there's us here in Philadelphia that are thankful for you and the family, and I'm so glad that I got in touch with your family and your channel. And
well, thank you.
And God bless you. And got you on the big screen.
All right. God bless you too.
Send you a hug from Philly.
All righty. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless. Bye-bye. Philly is in the building, you guys. Philly is in the building. Catherine, I want to touch on this for a minute. Catherine says, did Cash have defensive wounds on his hands from trying to fight off DB or skin tissue under his nails? Well, one thing that we read off, and I don't know if you was in here, but we read it off. I'm going to try to find it again if I can. I may not can find it again. That's why I kept it there, because I was like, I'm not going to lose this because it was so hard to find. Oh, and it's gone too. Yeah, it's gone. It came up on my feed, and I just knew it could have been something, but yeah, it's not even coming up on my history. So I that's why I just kept that phone over there, and I was like, I'm gonna hurry up and go live before it tries to, because you can't hardly find stuff like that when it just comes out. You got to wait until a like a big news channel like the Sun has it or Dallas News have it. But that's why I was sharing it with you right then, you guys. So anyway, my question is, how did Monica's stepfather know info the day after? I don't know. But we want to know if there's anybody else involved. And I mean, because if anybody else is involved, or did they give him something and then watch this happen? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Do you guys think it's more to the story than just he's psychopath and he just done this because he was, needed, to be balanced out? If you believe there's something more, put a 1 in the chat or say yes or something. Okay. You think it's something more? You think it's something we need to look? Where do we look? Dolly Dampman says, no, that's it. It is what it is. So other people are saying yes, absolutely. Do you remember the lady that called, mentioned he was left-handed? Yeah. Yeah, but, cameras don't lie. So Dolly says no, but everybody else says 1. Well, where do we look? What do we look for? He had voices, demonic voices guiding him. I believe he was just pure mean and never disciplining, just mean. He doesn't look like a mean kid, you guys. When he was a kid, let me show you a picture of him when he was a kid. I mean, he doesn't look like, like you can look at this child, or when he was a kid, you can look at him and he doesn't look, but what does schizophrenic look like, right? You can look at it all day long and you couldn't see it. You wouldn't know it if you seen it. You would be like, I mean, he just looked like an average kid, but let me see if I got the pictures on here. Oh my goodness. I got so many pictures. I just need. Here's him as a kid. Iris says, leave the babies, kids alone, sickos. I don't know what she mean by that. There are too many lies and price that don't add up. Lena says it's not adding up. Okay, so just text in the chat right now, you guys. I need you to do this right now. Nobody text right now. Only text if you have what we need to be looking for or what you think. Only text in the channel if we need to be looking for something. Jeffrey Dahmer was a cute kid. Yeah, he was. Hence to get free money. And why profit off the babies? How many people that was DB friends did DB mom allow in his home? Okay. How many people that was DB friends did DB mom allow in his home? 1 minute they can be in their right mind, and the next out of it. SP 911 call is a red flag. Okay, so the 911 call, you can tell it's been edited. I don't know. That's something. Sherlock hellos, and they aren't built for any kind of abuse. Mama, what? Cameras blocked by paint cans. Blocked by paint cans. Hold on, you guys. Whoever the drug dealer needs to be charged with murder. When they hear voices, they don't get loud and talk back to the voices. Where is the weapon, the backpack, and pants? The police got all of that, Gigi. I think DB was in the home and did not break in. Wow. Okay. Got you. DNA can be placed or transferred to anything or anywhere. Yes, you're right. Okay. Fentanyl takes a long time to come back from forensics and it's hard to screen for very small amounts. Hey, this is SP.
Hi, SP. This is Carolyn Roberts.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I wanted to, you just said, what does schizophrenia look like? Well, one of my best friends, like I told you before, she was schizophrenic and bipolar. And what would trigger her schizophrenia was marijuana. Every time she would get out of the hospital, her mother would always ask me to hang out with her because I didn't smoke marijuana. Her other friends did. And we started to find out that that was her trigger after like the first few times that she would go off. And she would have this strength out of this world, and she would do things that she didn't realize. And you can see a change in them when they're hearing the voices, when they're she moved to Memphis a long time ago, and we would talk over video chat. And one day I called her mother and told her, you need to take her kids from her because she's going to hurt them.
And she was like, well, why do you know? I said, because her eyes are changed. She's not on her medication. Her eyes would be extremely dilated, extremely dark. Her speech would be different. You could tell that she would talk quite fast. She would start talking about things that wasn't even on topic. We could be talking about relationships and ex-boyfriend problems or children's father's problems, and she'd go off into an entirely different world. And she'd say something like, yeah, they just keep on out of nowhere. You know, I'm going to mess around and something's going to happen to them. And I'm like, okay, that's not what we were talking about. Who are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen to whom? Well, fast forward, some months later, or almost a year later, her mother actually ended up having to take them because she found out that she hadn't been feeding them. She was in this state where she wasn't taking her medication. She was harming them in small ways, which was eventually going to lead up to a bigger situation. So her mother did end up getting custody of them, and she had to go back on her medication, go back to therapy, go back to without it or with a small amount. If you're not taking it correctly and you're taking drugs, no matter if it's marijuana, because they have two different kinds right now that I know of, sativa and another kind. One brings you up, one brings you down.
Mm-hmm.
And if you mix in the two together and you're not taking your medication and you already have mental instability, it can trigger an episode. Anything really can trigger an episode. It could be something that you saw that's traumatic that might reminded you of something that happened to you. That happened to her before. She watched a movie and it reminded her of something that happened to her, and there went an episode.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the person, depends on the medication, depends on how frequently that person's being seen by a therapist and a psychiatrist, because of course the psychiatrist prescribes the medication and the therapist talks to you about what you hear, what you feel, what you see. So you need both. You need a team of people essentially to help someone with that type of mental instability. Psychosis, and also it can trigger a psychotic episode. So being that he may have been, I don't know if he was really bipolar and schizophrenic, marijuana can trigger. Alcohol can trigger. Again, someone saying something to you, if they know your triggers, they can turn around and use that to get you to do what they want you to do. So I knew that my friend was insecure. So her insecurities were a trigger. I could say something as minuscule as, hey, is that something on your pants? And she would break out into, am I on my period? Oh, you know, you didn't tell me I had blood? Like, sweetheart, it's just a little spot. You know, I would have to calm her down and bring her back and be like, hey, are you on your medication? Have you been taking it? And then I would have to talk to her mother. Right. Like, hey, we need to get her back on her medication because she's starting to act a certain way. And you can, if you know this person, you've been around this person, you can kind of tell. And from what I gather, this young man was around these people a lot. Right. Now, this, again, never an excuse. I always say that, never an excuse. But if he was off his medication, if he was around people that were influencing him, if he was on drugs, all of these factors can play a part. Right. 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 I've experienced it firsthand. Yes. With her. And they need a team of people. And being around the wrong people, I mean, and they learn your triggers, they will use it. Right. Oh, I just wanted to let you know, there's a look. Their eyes change. Their motor functions change. A person like himself, which from what I gathered, the kind of forward. They end up standing up straight because they're no longer who they are. They can walk different with more confidence if they're usually insecure. They're no longer in that headspace of their normal self. That you can see physical changes in them. So there are telltale signs, but if you don't know what to look for, things like this can happen.
Right.
Or if you do know what to look for and you use it, again, things like this can happen.
Right.
I just wanted to give you that bit of information, and I'm going to finish watching. Thank you for having me again.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Carolyn Roberts. She is running for governor, you guys. And she was sharing with us, you know, there is a look in their eyes. And if you go and mix your medication with other stuff, you know, things can happen. And she was sharing with us that. And just my opinion, he does not look like he can hurt anyone. I know, but you know, you don't know how some things is. I'm asking you guys for questions for reasons, because if you need me to look and dig, I need to know, what am I looking for? What are we digging for? Because we're not going to get those other security surveillances videos. We're not going to get them until it's time, or if the police want to release some of it, then they will, and things of that nature. So, yeah, questions like, when did he live with her? When he was a teenager? How long? Not just how long, but why? Why was he living with her? Was he there already and he didn't have to break in? Is that other door that's on the side of the house, is that an exit and entrance that you can come in and out of? We want to know those things. So I'm glad that you guys are putting this in the chat. It is actually happening. Gigi said, I didn't hear that part. I'm not going to make this video long. I know that voice laughing out loud. Who's talking? That's who was talking. And I'm going to go over this video. That's why I wanted you guys to put it in the chat. SP, you can look into the other teenagers in the home as well. It was some drama going on with them. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be checking that. The defense going to have to check and see if there was any blood or anything on that. They're just going to have to check that. Thank you, Sharon Stevenson. Thank you for the super chat. Mama, thank you for the super chat. You didn't have to, but you did it anyway. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. All right, you guys, I'm going to share something with you real quick. Don't go nowhere. Hey, this is SP.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. I was just calling because I have a theory.
Okay, go ahead.
What's that?
I said, go ahead with your theory.
Oh, okay. So I think that DB acted alone.
Okay.
I think that a lot of people misunderstand schizophrenia, and it's not just like you do drugs and you get schizophrenia. Like, you're kind of going to be predestined to it, and it's an issue with dopamine. So I completely think that that's possible that DB has that, but I think I've said this a million times, I think he's conduct disorder, and these are naughty, naughty children. And part of my theory is that DB was fostered by Monica's stepmom.
Okay.
And Monica was in jail
Okay.
So I think it's possible that when you work, like when you're fostering, you don't go out and tell people like, oh, hey, I have foster kids living with me.
Right.
Right? Like that's a very private issue. Like you are not to be talking about stuff like that.
Right.
So I wondered like if maybe she pretended to not know him because she couldn't ethically, well, even though that's questionable, but like legally you can't say like, oh yeah, that was my foster kid.
Right. Okay.
So I still think that DB did this alone. I did see some sort of weird light in the window, so like I questioned things, but I think that the police have video of him going through with cash and the DNA on his clothes and the pocket knife and the video. Like, I don't think that the charades are completely innocent. I think they have struggles, but I really think that.
You know, that's weird because in one report they said that they had a knife, and I know when he was booking he had a knife on him. But in one report, the police did say that there was a pocket knife there at the home. They didn't say that this time. They just said it was his shoes, some glasses, and a hoodie.
Yeah. I don't know, but I think like it's definitely two different issues. I think like the DB issue, like all the videos, like if you watch all the videos of him doing all that stuff and people are like, oh, Monica put him up to it. Like, no way. When they had that meeting in the community, somebody said 7 hours before that had happened, they had called the police because he was walking through the community, like exposing himself.
Okay. Yeah, somebody did tell me that, like, before that ever happened, he was exposing himself. I mean, that's just allegedly. That's just allegedly because we have not seen anything that factually said that's true, you know.
But it was literally the guy that had the experience calling and asked the cop, like, what are we supposed to do differently?
Right. Oh, was it? Okay. I'm glad that you shared that with me. It was that person that said, "What do we do?" You know, like what do we? That it was that guy that said that he seen.
They felt like they had caught DB and he was guilty, and then they were saying that he needed to, like they were calling on him multiple times. That guy even had a camera. Like, did you see that interview? It was like there's another channel that played the whole audio of that conference. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like
I know the community meeting, but I didn't get to hear the community meeting. You can send me the link so we all can hear it.
Okay.
I heard it.
Like they said, they had multiple people there that had said they had called, they had videos about him, and even 7 hours prior to what had happened with Cash, he was walking down the street exposing himself. So I don't think like Monica was saying like, oh, go walk down the street and expose yourself. Like I don't, like she might be a mastermind of something separate, and I don't know if there was any like essay with him and her. I don't know about anything like that, but I think that he acted alone.
Okay.
And that's just not, like, again, like everything's allegedly, I don't know.
Okay. I understand that. But wouldn't you think that if you had a business at your home where you're taking care of children or you're getting paid for them to be there?
She made that up because that's what her stepmom did, right? So
it says by Monica.
Like she said that, or?
Oh, it says there right there. It's organized by Monica Sherrod. Yes. On both of them. On everything.
Like you have to pass a criminal record check. Again, I'm in Canada. But you have to pass a criminal record check in order to foster any sort of person, even if you live in the house. Like you can't even have criminal records.
Well, so here's the thing. You said foster. That doesn't mean they did foster. They called their business Helping Hands. And then they probably took in people that was troubled teens or whatever.
Are you telling me right now that she had a business called Helping Hands?
Yeah, wasn't you in the chat looking what we?
Whoa.
Yeah, Leslie has a business.
Leslie, I thought you said story. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
No,
Yeah,
Leslie has a business that Monica has supported and asked people to help her mom. The business is called Leslie's Helping Hand, and it is ran by Monica.
When did it start?
2020. Oh, well, not that business. I don't know. I'm sorry. Let me back that up. It doesn't tell me. Let me see. Let me go in here real quick. Let me see if I can look for that. Hold on. Let me find.
And tell me, yes, I do remember hearing something about that.
It doesn't have
you can
on
be
here.
an emergency placement, and that's something different, but you still have to have like serious criminal record checks. I don't know, maybe stuff's different in Dallas. I don't know.
It doesn't have a date when it started.
It doesn't have a date. I'm curious. Well, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I am absolutely speculating on everything, but I honestly see DB, and I have seen people in my own personal work that are just like, they're just simply naughty. Like, they don't care. They have no remorse, no empathy, and as they get older, they do more and more things. You know, it starts out like with little things, like he was creeping around looking in people's backyards. He like had that thing allegedly with the grandpa and the granddaughter, and he was like doing sketchy stuff, breaking cameras, doing all that. And I just think, you know, like, it was a matter of time before this happened, and there's plenty of people that go into jail with it.
Right.
You know, they go in and out of jail because, like, even if they say he's got a mental issue, they can't give him the death penalty, and they'll probably end up with like 7 years. But that's scary to me because he did this.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I don't think anything. I'm on the fence until we get to get all the information, because see, the police's job is to gather information, and the only information they have gathered right now is against Darriynn. So that's the only information we have. Now, when the defense start bringing up information like, did Darriynn have a home device thing, ankle thing on his foot, and is that actually him? I mean, because they're saying it is, and we know that there is blood or something, evidence that the police saying at the home. But then some people are saying, well, you know, is Cameron still going to the home and say, hey, come on, let's change clothes or whatever, and come over to my house or whatever. We don't know, because things like that can happen. So I stay on the fence because there might be a twist in there, because everybody looks sketchy.
Yeah.
Everybody looks sketchy. So with her being money hungry, starting businesses, got all these GoFundMe, said her mom has a tumor on her kidney, then it's a tumor on her lungs, and her dad's got MS, and then her dad's got COVID, and her daughter's a pansexual, and come and meet me and greet me, and they're all using each other's names and stuff. It's like it's a money thing always going on there. And then the kids live there, and before they said they didn't know him, and they just knew him from school, and now all of a sudden he was there the day before. And was there, somebody said when I was down there, they said that she had a relationship with him, and I don't care what nobody say. I hear from the streets, because they know, people in that block know what's going on. They're not gonna get on camera and say nothing, but they will say it to you and say, you know, I seen him holding hands. I seen him in the stores. He's always over there. They're stealing, all the boys are stealing and taking the stuff over there. I don't know. I just believe what the streets are saying, because see, this is what people don't understand. The police goes to the people that live there and in the streets to get information. Right? They can't make up information. They have to tell the people, call in, tell us if you know this, call in if you know the people, call in if you've seen something. So when we go out there and we're asking the people that lives in the neighborhood, we're asking the mailman, we're asking the people at the store, we're asking the next door neighbor what's happening, what's going on. It is as if we're going out there investigating ourselves, trying to get the understanding. Some people be like, that's just somebody on the street. Well, what do you think the police is getting? The same thing, right? They're just since
and
they're
all those ring cameras. I
right.
think they have I think it's pretty clear what it is. But
right.
Again, I'm saying that other situation is completely sketchy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questionable activity going on in that. But I think that it's two separate situations, and
right.
they overlink. But it's I said this kind of metaphor, and it's kind of dumb, but it's like a bank is being held up.
Right.
Like somebody is robbing a bank, but the bank's full of criminals.
Right. So would you hold Monica responsible if she gave him some drugs that tipped him over?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you hold Monica responsible putting the babies in the back of the house? She's got a business to take care of these kids and not have a secured room where they're in, and she didn't even know somebody was in her house, not once but twice. Would you don't hold her responsible for that?
Oh, that's an area I don't like.
So what you're saying to me is you just hold Darriynn fully responsible by himself, right?
For the murder.
I know, but I mean, there's things that.
I think if Monica was involved and she was like, "Oh, go kidnap Cash," why would he wear that stupid outfit and why would he be all creepy and sketchy?
Right.
He was trying to be quiet. The reason why he grabbed him with the right hand the first time, even though his left hand.
So you don't think there's nothing
on the right hand?
I know, but you don't understand. But you don't see nothing sketchy. There's reasons why people have doubt. Absolutely. Okay, so the first time that he went down there to the neighbor's house and tried to take that child, allegedly try to take that child.
I have a theory on that.
Okay, well, here's the thing. So the neighbor's now not telling us that Monica came down there and told him not to press charges, but how would she know?
What do you mean? How would she know?
How would she know that Darriynn was down there trying to take his kid?
Well, I thought what happened was he had called the police and they showed up 7 hours later.
No, the police never did show up.
Oh, well, whatever. The story that I had heard and whatever, again, it's all hearsay, but he had come outside, the police were there, Monica went over and said what's going on, and then she told him about he's mental health, he stayed at my place.
No, do you know if the police would have showed up, they would have to make a report regardless?
Well, why did he have his charges for evading arrest?
I'm just telling you, if the police showed up, they have to make a report regardless. You're dealing with a child that could have been kidnapped and killed or whatever. You think the police is going to say, okay, he said you're going to ask him not to make a report, so I'm not going to say anything. That police will lose his job.
He didn't steal the baby.
It doesn't matter. It has to do with the child. It is mandated that he has to report it.
SP, I feel so sad because I feel like children and women don't matter. They matter to me, absolutely, but I just feel in the eyes of that, something would be way different if that kid would have been kidnapped.
Yeah.
I would hope that the police would respond ASAP, but look at how long it took them to respond to the body of Cash. What was it, half hour?
Right.
A body of a baby, a dead baby. It's the fact that baby wasn't taken, and all the calls that had been made on this guy. Even these people in this meeting said that they gave video to the police of him, and it's all over the internet, right? The YouTube, it's all over right now. All the videos of him doing all this naughty stuff.
Right.
Again, I'm not saying the Sherrods are innocent. They definitely have stuff up. I don't know. And my theory, which is also sketchy, is that Monica, the whole idea was that TB had gone into this person's house because he thought his girlfriend was in it. Well, if she's walking around holding hands with him, he's whispering with his buddies about his girlfriend that he's banging, who happens to be Monica, and all that's going on. Monica didn't want him to call the police. Boom. Because he was looking for her. His girlfriend was her.
I've heard that. I've heard people say, yeah, maybe he was looking for her. He was at the wrong house. The house is almost the same. It seems like, you have a door from the garage, and right off of that door is the laundry room, then the kitchen. The house is almost made in the same plan,
Oh, weird.
So
And if you're high, like, I know people that have, like, gone home, like, just, like, under the influence and, like, walked into the wrong house.
or getting in the wrong car. I've done that before. I look up a car, look just like my
I
car.
go to the wrong car all the time.
Yeah.
I can't leave Walmart without knowing where my car is. It's like I go into a trance. But I don't know. Again, I don't know anything, but that's like my theory
Right.
about like why that whole thing happened with the grandfather and why she asked him not to report it. And she knew that Leslie had him before as a foster kid, so she couldn't say like, well, but she ended up saying like, oh yeah, I have a wayward home for boys. Like, that's sketchy.
Right.
I don't know, like, to really operate those types of things, you have to have, like, serious criminal record checks. Again,
Right.
I'm operating in Canada. I don't know what happens down in Dallas, but I think baby Cash was such a precious, beautiful baby.
Yeah. He
Poor
is.
baby Carter, like, I can't help but, like, want to adopt him and just therapize him, but I hope that, like, I know there's so many people around the world sending him so much love and really hoping that he'll be protected.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, like, women and children are the lowest on the totem pole. Like, they're the...
Right. You're right.
And it doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter whatever.
Right.
Like,
It does. That doesn't matter at all, and
there's poverty in all kinds of races. Like,
Exactly.
you see it with everything.
But I want everybody to know that, the one thing that we do need to keep in mind is, what bothered me today is when the police report said that this boy, this 18-year-old, stabbed him in the chest. A 4-year-old. You know what I'm saying? It literally, I'm looking at it and I close my eyes and I can see this, and it bothers me. It bothers me. Like, how do you know he stabbed him in the chest? He might have a wound there, but the way that they said it in the report, it's like they have video of it.
When people stab too, they cut themselves. So there's often like their own blood mixed in with the victim's blood.
I don't know.
Right, so it can be a combination.
Now, the funny thing about it, maybe his high was off, or maybe he was getting balanced out, but I don't believe that when he came back, he was coming back to get the other child. I don't believe that. I believe that on if that is all true. But what I'm saying is, if it was him and he came back, I believe that he just disliked this child for some reason. Was that his bed, his room, or he said something? You know how sometimes a kid...
Yeah, everybody says, like, oh, Cameron was jealous. Cameron. I'm like, what about Phil's TV? Like, what about if he was jealous? Like, what about, like, when you're not operating with a full
But here's the thing.
You don't have empathy or compassion. Like, he might have been jealous of Cash. Cash was, like, the great one that was, like, doing shapes and colors at 7 a.m. at breakfast. Like...
Right. But the weird thing about the whole situation is the way he was holding that child, like he was going to take the child somewhere.
Because I think he peed himself. He had smelled his hand. He felt the blanket. It was wet. He smelled his hand to see if it was urine, and it was urine, and he had peed himself. Carter had gotten out of the bed, and nobody woke up either. No dogs were barking when Carter was out of the bed.
And then I want to know, okay, if this child is missing.
Carter, what, Deviant?
Well, here's the thing. If the child came up missing, where's the video? Everybody's looking for the child. Nobody goes in the bedroom, look underneath the bed, look in the closet, look behind the curtain. It's just, we just call 911. You don't hear nobody screaming, Cash, where are you, Cash? We don't get that. That would tell us that you really don't know this child was missing. You're looking for him, but we didn't get that.
No, you're right.
Yeah, but I wonder if there is.
But I don't know if it equals murder.
Okay, but still, that would tell you something, though. If you call 911 and you not even look underneath the bed, when you call 911 and say a child is missing, you know what they tell you to do first? while you're on the phone, they ask you the question. Did you look underneath the bed? Did you look in the closet? Did you look underneath some clothes? Did you look in that basket over there? Did you look, behind the tree? Did you go in the basement? Did you go in the cabinets? Because kids can hide did you look behind the couch? But if there's
washing machine,
seriously. They ask you those questions. So I'm wondering, did some of the video footage, because if nobody said, Cash, where are you at? And looked underneath the bed, and you ain't touched the bed, you ain't looked for this kid, why would you not look for the child underneath the bed? Or the closet?
I can't answer that, but
or call out his name.
People in a drugged out state, I don't know if they could even think of that. I don't know.
And did Cameron go down the neighborhood? Just because you tell us he went down the neighborhood, but did he go down the neighborhood calling for this child? Did he? At 11 o'clock in the morning. Child was found at 6:50.
And that doesn't make sense to me too, because you think if they were these big masterminds planning this, they would have planned it out better. They would have made that call at 6:53 and reported it, right? No, that call would have been made the first.
You know what's disturbing me?
Maybe he was supposed to come back and do the second one, and he hadn't shown up. I don't know.
But did you hear somebody made a video? Somebody made a video that was there. And they didn't make the video. They made a song, and they said something. They said that we were playing in the bed and you got mad or something. You didn't have to do this. So what's up on that?
You and me, we've seen the world a bit. We know that there's darkness out there, and a kid that would prophetically proclaim that is either so emotionally inept that they think that would be okay. Do you know what I mean? If he was really raping this kid on the bed or doing something nasty, you think he'd make a rap about it? That's even that's gross to me. I feel he's just a real simple kid that maybe thinks that he is a gangster, but he's not. Just DB flashing his dollar bills and doing his stuff.
Well, there's something that Kurt Pinkerton said something about the child was SA or something. And so I'm wondering, somebody was they would have to get rid of the
police would release that if they found semen.
Well, yeah. And what if it's not, what if it's somebody else's semen?
Well, I think they would have DNA tested that. I think that would have been part of it already.
Well, I don't think they're going to release that type of information in the papers just because, I
don't know. I was trying to think of past cases and if that's something that came clear, but often they do say there was signs of sexual assault. Oh, sorry, SA.
Well,
I'll let somebody else go. Thank you for hearing me out.
All right.
I love you. Have a beautiful day.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye now.
Bye-bye. I like the discussion we just had, you guys, because I can bounce off of what a person is thinking and what they're feeling, what they're believing. But I'm just asking these questions because I just wanted to know. But there was something I was going to tell you guys. But anyway, you guys, we will have an exclusive. So I want you guys to be prepared. Okay. So but I'm going to get on off of here. It's 2 hours into this live. I don't like making long lives. People's you want clicks and views. If I want clicks and views, I'll stay on all night. No, I don't want clicks and views. I want you guys to get this information, get it. This is SP.
Okay, SP, this is Tina. I'm wondering how in the heck did we get 2 phone calls one from Monica's and one from DB's house, supposedly at the exact same time? Another thing, I have cameras in my house and outside. I had someone try to break in my car about a year ago. It was a black boy and a white boy. The camera clearly showed it was a black kid and a white kid. There is a difference, whether they are in the house or outside.
Right.
Another thing, where is DB's brother? Could he have been hanging out also with them? What does he look like? Is he dark? Is he light-skinned? Who is the guy wearing the gloves? And Monica and her son Cameron did lie at first, acting as if they did not know DB. Let me tell you, you do not lie unless you have something to hide. Another thing I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell show everybody on your board. I have a relative that's doing life in prison, schizophrenia. And he was not on drugs. He had been acting out a little bit before. The mother didn't think nothing too much about it, okay? And I have a child, a son that's been diagnosed with that. I keep him on his medication. I keep him away from drugs. He can't even have marijuana around him, okay?
Right.
That can tip them off. I'm not saying that Darriynn couldn't have done this, okay?
Right.
But there's so many red flags that it makes me go, Another thing I will tell you, honest to God, I prayed and prayed, and I have the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. I felt that God showed me Cameron saying some nasty stuff to that child. Let's see if you squeal on me now. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay.
But I will tell you one other thing. There was a murder a year ago across the street from me, from this trailer park. And I even told to family members. They don't want to go through with it. I flat out told them that guy did not kill his wife and turned the gun on himself. And then come to find out through the little rumors, sure enough, I'm not going to tell all of it, but I'll tell you there was a great big life insurance policy on them. Those two kids just happened to have been at the grandparents' house that night. How convenient. But another thing I will tell you from the law, and my ex-husband was into drugs, okay? Drugs, anybody on drugs can do anything, okay?
Right.
But I will tell you, one of the most evil of the evils is meth.
Right.
There's this kid that lives down the road from me that is, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Thank God he lives about 10, 15 miles away though.
Right.
But he's so paranoid, he's got cameras freaking everywhere, and he don't even have no alarms.
Right.
Please, worst nightmare is to have a case that's open. They want to close that case as soon as possible. There are many good police officers, but there's also many bad police officers.
Right. You're right.
And with Darriynn having a court-appointed attorney, you know in the long run, that's not a good thing. They work for the courts.
Right. Okay.
So even if he truly didn't have anything to do with this, as long as he's got a court-appointed attorney, I'm sorry, but I'm going to flat out say it, he's screwed.
Right.
And if I had been the neighbors and this shit going on, especially with myself already knowing how schizophrenia is, I would have went down to the damn courthouse and been screaming. I would have been outside. I would have raised hell, okay? Why all of a sudden now everybody's saying, oh, blah, blah, blah about Darriynn? No. Everybody wanted to get rid of him first of all, okay? Maybe he did do this, okay? Maybe he did. I don't put anything past him with the schizophrenia. But was he on medication? But even if he was on medication and he's doing drugs, the drugs will cancel the effect of his medication. I have those cameras, but I will tell you from what I've seen, that first person taking Darriynn was not a black person. They was a white person or else Hispanic. That was not a black person. And where was his brother? Could his brother have been involved in this? Could he have actually worn the clothes? Could this child have accidentally got into Monica's drugs? Could they have wanted to make this look like a murder to get rid of this? And you know what? The police don't give a damn. They want the case closed because otherwise the community's in fear. Look how much people are in fear over COVID. But I'm going to pray about this, and I ask that everybody else continue to pray because, honest to God, I want the right person in there. And if Darriynn did it, he deserves everything he gets, okay?
Okay.
But if anybody else is involved, they need to be charged too. The police don't just need to single out one person. And I'm sorry to say, and I hate to bring this race into this, but Dallas, Texas is quite racist. We have had a white cop walking in a black man's apartment a couple years ago, acting as if that was her apartment. She knew darn good and well that wasn't her apartment when she lived downstairs, the apartment directly underneath him, the floor underneath him, and had been complaining to the neighbors about his church and gospel music. What the heck?
Right.
All right.
You're talking about Amber Geiger. I just was looking at that this
Yes,
morning
ma'am.
again. Yeah, we covered that case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we covered that case.
Yeah, and it's not right.
Right.
I know she knew exactly what she was doing.
Actually, she's getting ready to get out.
Huh.
Yep.
I'm sorry. May the Lord let somebody else come canter, and I'm going to shut up now.
All right.
God bless you. I love you.
God
lady.
bless you.
You're one of the sweetest women on YouTube and the truest Christian woman I've ever heard on YouTube.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless.
Let's just pray for the truth. Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye. We are going to pray for the truth, you guys. I'm going to get off of here, but I want you guys to know something. That you guys, now listen, family. Listen, I'm finna get off of here because I gotta get some stuff done. But you guys picked me. I didn't pick to do this. You guys picked me. So I'm going to do what I can to find out what I can. Okay? You didn't pick somebody that's lazy or I'm just want to put some smoke up your butt because I don't have time for that. Okay? So trust and believe that when I can do something, I will do the best I can do, and we will get some answers. Okay, you guys, okay, we're going to get some answers. Okay, they may not be the answers we want. I'm just letting you guys know right now. She said 911, please check into it. I will be checking into it. Huda said, yes, we did pick you. You guys picked me, so this is what you get. Okay. She said, where's the song at? All right, you guys, I'm going to get on off of here. I will see you guys later. Make sure that you put your notifications on because when I come with it, it may be locked down. I will give you notification that we are coming on so everybody will know if there's something comes out. But where can I hear the song? It's called, I don't know. We'll get that information to you. Let me see if I got it right here somewhere. Let me see. Let me go through my stuff. Maybe I can find it for you. It's a lie. I mean, I can find it for you. Somebody in the chat, share where the song is at. The guy's name is Hondo something. What's her name? Yeah, I do have an extra job. But I need Huda. Share the person's name, Huda, that made the song. Honda something. And you go to that, you can go on Twitter. They got the song on Facebook. Honcho Band. There you go. Thank you guys. Honcho Bands. There you go. That's the name. You guys got it. There it is, right there. That's where you can find it at. Okay, you guys. I'll see you guys. Make sure you put your notification on. I will notify you with a little something before, maybe an hour or two, if we find something. And I'll see you guys later. All right. Thank you. And thank everybody that donated. Thank you guys. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Say it, you.